Okay, y'all come in, hit the like and share button. This is my response to Blackrock because I have received some questions about what's my opinion today about BlackRock. I mean, not BlackRock. My title is BlackRock, so I'm saying BlackRock, but about Binance, right? The Binance judgment, and my opinion on that is um, the Binance CEO pled guilty, wants to pay SEC 4.3 billion, right? With this being said, 4.3 billion, and the CEO, CZ, honestly, this is not a big fine for him. Now, I know you're thinking 4.3 billion. That's big for anyone, but his net worth, even in the down market for right now, from what I understand, it's about 10 billion in a down market, 60 billion in a up market. So the thing is, however, this is what I want you all to see and to pay attention to, that Wall Street is going to try to take over, right? We got the Bitcoin ETF, that BlackRock, right? That will pump Bitcoin to the moon. That's exciting, but it's a tough pill to swallow because the reality is that BlackRock, which is Wall Street, will be Wall Street, will now be in charge of the market. So what that really means or entails, they don't want everyday people, right, to have access. BlackRock wants people to go through them, say, hey, don't trust these exchanges, come through BlackRock, get our ETFs. They don't want you to have the actual Bitcoin in your possession for yourself. And so by the end of this cycle, a massive amount of cryptocurrency will be under their custodianship and power, right? As far as BlackRock owning huge portions of Bitcoin, big stakes, and Coinbase. So I think all of this was just a chess move to have Wall Street, have BlackRock to have power over this crypto market. So the little people, retail investors won't. And, this is why I highly encourage you all to make sure that you have, and they also came against cracking as well, right? SEC is charging cracking for also staking. This is about $30 million fine with SEC earlier this year for staking, right? For staking, allow people to stake because they consider that more of a security if you stake, which is Ethereum. But actually, when you're staking, you're helping the exchange to continue to grow that particular crypto, to keep the money within the exchange and not the exchange of cashing out, right? Do I think Binance will, you know, settle for the 4.3 billion? I don't. They probably settle for something, maybe a billion. I don't know. I think it's going to be a settlement. But the big picture of this is that they wanted that exchange closed because Binance is the biggest exchange in the world, which means they don't want retail investors to have control. Now, on the positive side of this is a great time to get some dips in. The market did not dip as much. Bitcoin is still at 36,000. Ethereum is still at 1,962. So if you know anything, that the time to get rich, sure or richer, is in the red during the down market. You want to get crypto on sale. So going after Coinbase, Kraken, the best reputation players, and they completely ignore FTX, right? And not just ignore them, but meeting with them, working with them. In fact, FTX, and I'm gonna show you all this in a few minutes, is the only thing is in the green today. The only thing in the green. So SEC recently met with Grayscale for spot Bitcoin. This was just released 1 minute ago. ETF listing, the memo shows. And so the Grayscale Investments, after a court issued a mandate last month to have the SEC review the ETF bid, and the investments recently with the Securities and Exchange Commission, also known as SEC, or better known as SEC, continues to seek approval for its application to convert Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into a spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund. So, with that being said, you all, this discussion, proposal, and the Grayscale, it just seemed like it is perfect timing that this was released behind the Binance news. So again, for those people who are straddling the fence, who say, "Well, I just wait." All of these allegations are coming up about these crypto exchanges. Look what's happening. That's why I don't trust crypto. When you finally want to make a decision to get in, you're going to be priced out, because when BlackRock comes in, when BlackRock, uh, which is the largest investing asset company in the world that love commodities, and most cryptos like Bitcoin and Ethereum, for example, are digital commodities. When they come in, people won't be able to afford. And even if they can't afford to, for example, dollar cost average into Bitcoin, they won't have enough gains to even survive and thrive this financial system reset. They'll be getting like a 3x or 5x return because they came in so late. And so you have FTX still up 13.19%, right? That was proven a scam, and it's pumping in the midst of this news. And so, with this being said, you all, again, I do think this is just BlackRock, and you still have XTX customers still want to get back billions in cash in crypto and investments that's even going on now. Sam Bankman, that scam is going on, and it's continued to pump in the midst of this. So people, I'm just telling you, when Bitcoin hits Wall Street, when it hits BlackRock, everyday people, right, are not going to be able to afford cryptocurrency. It won't be easily found on exchange as it is. And so that's my opinion, just to wrap it up. That's why they came after the Binance. It's the largest exchange in the world. And on another note, I want you also to look out, pay attention to this news. My numbers are 1111, as I have 11 people on the live stream right now. And so great timing. All 11 people hit that thumbs up, hit that like button to share the broadcast and pump the algorithm. We have pipeline that leaked as much as 1.1 million gallons of oil in the Gulf of Mexico. So, what do you think how this is going to affect your gas and even your grocery prices as exporting? If this increases your diesel prices, exporting becomes more expensive. The first thing I thought when I saw this was, how can that many gallons of oil leak before it was discovered that we have a leak in the Gulf Coast of oil? 1.1 million gallons, not 11, not 11, not 11, 1.1 million gallons, not 11 gallons. And so this is Louisiana, New Orleans have been discharged in the Gulf of Mexico, a pipeline system off the Louisiana southern Gulf Coast said on today, and the affected pipeline has been shut down and still trying to determine the exact location of the leak. The Gulf Coast officials said, yeah, none of the oil has reached land so far, but they are concerned about the wildlife. which that will now affect the food industry as well with the wildlife and seafood and things like that that's in that Gulf. So that's going to affect that portion of food that was you know accumulated in the Gulf, as well as your diesel prices, right? Now, this is much less than the 2010 BP oil disaster because that was 134 millions. But that was at least, I won't say at least, but it was the oil rig explosion, not a pipeline leak, right? And so, with this being said, you know, let's see how this affects the diesel prices, food prices as a domino effect. And, let's hope for the best, you all, but prepare for the worst. Now, also, we see that the Dow Jones took a hit today, so watch out for your 401ks as well. Protect your 401ks. Yes, I agree. KYC and compliance are essential. Yeah, I agree, D Wow. And if you all don't know what KYC means, it means know your customer. If you don't have to submit anything, identification, driver's license, all of that, to so they can know who you are and cracking and things like that. Which was Binance KYC certified? D Wow. Because I had a Binance account. I moved my money out months ago when the news first came out, but I can't. It's so long ago. I can't really even remember if I had to if it had a KYC set up. So let me know the answer to that. Hello to you, Jermaine Oliver. Thank you for tuning in and saying hello. Also, if you're watching, let me know what part of the world you are tuning in from. So the Dow Jones has failed. Minutes revealed that Jeff Bezos also sold Amazon stock as well. And with this being said, that this also affected Amazon stock. It slid down as well. Jeff Bezos unloaded millions of shares, and not just a small amount, but millions. And you know, with that being said, stocks were increasing on the up move since the last Federal Reserve meeting when Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, had he was talking about the possibility of, the further rate hikes. But the Fed meetings today show that the Fed members are still worried about inflation. They may be persistent or even they will move higher. That means they have to take further rate increases off the table, right? And so with this being said, you all, I'm just, telling you, and like he said, get your KYC, know your customer, make sure your exchanges is asking for that, and make sure that you are securing your crypto. I'm talking to myself as well as I'm live streaming and, informing you all. But again, I think it's definitely BlackRock and that want to come in. It's going to add more stability, but it's also going to pump the US dollar price of both Bitcoin and Ether. It's going to make it more stable, but it's going to make it more affordable at the same time. And so, you can expect for many people after the Bitcoin halving happens after April of next year, that usually months after we see a increase, right, in the pricing of the crypto bull run. And hello, Miami. I'm so glad you was able to tune in. Mr. Eric Thomas, the other well, handsome, and educated ET. And hello, Miss Howard from North Carolina. And Callie is in the house as well. Hello from California. But when I tell you all that this is the greatest wealth transfer that this generation will ever experience, what I mean by that is it is the greatest wealth transfer that you can be a part of while you are alive. And it is, it's not the time. I know you want me to tell you, hey, our economy is going to be fine. That's not the case. That is not the case. In fact, the United States is really already at war with Iran. That we're already at war with Iran, and they don't want everyday people into these cryptos, right? They don't want everyday retail people into cryptos. The rich want to remain richer. They don't want you like Binance, right? The world's largest crypto exchange, and they have countries like Iran, Cuba, Syria, Russia, Ukraine, right? And the allegations are that they caused over about $900 million in trades between United States users and Iran, right? And so again, if it was really that illegal, why is it just monetary repercussions that's being asked? $4 billion in fine. Again, CJ can very well afford that from Binance. That's not a problem for him. It's like paying a speeding ticket, but it's going to hurt everyday people who are not in this, not taking advantage, not trying to learn about it, and not being proactive instead of reactive. The largest corporate penalty in United States history. Now, separately, CJ, the CEO of Binance, said, "Hey, I'll pay you $50 million as a part of my plea deal." I think it will be a plea deal. I'm not expecting the $4.3 billion to be paid out, and so I don't think he'll have any prison time or jail time. It's unclear, of any incarceration or any type thing or any type period of incarceration. But I'm just telling you all, with BlackRock wanting ETFs for Bitcoin and Ethereum, is going to bring those prices high. I'm expecting Ether to hit between 5 and 10,000, and Bitcoin to hit at least 100K next year. It's going to be time out for a lot of people to get in. Yeah, CZ. What about CZ? I was asking you, did you know Binance was KYC compliance? Because it's been years, and all my money is out Binance now. I was asking you about KYC, and I was waiting on that answer. Wow, your Binance with K, but again, KYC is know your customer. It's just a quick update. Believe it or not, I am going to do a little cooking for Thanksgiving. So let me get some cleaning done, just a little cooking, not a whole lot. And I don't celebrate the holidays, but I celebrate family. And so I don't make people anytime. Okay, you said yes, thank you. Anytime there's an opportunity to celebrate with family, no, even though I know it's a monetary incentive to big businesses. I mean, the grocery store was jam packed tonight, and honestly, most people cannot even afford a lot. But because of that stigma or pressure that this is what they're supposed to do around this time, they do it. They participate. Same thing with Christmas. So many people go broke. I was so surprised when I learned how many people, and this is off topic, right? But how many people will secure a loan for their income tax return in January just so their kids can have Christmas gifts. People, that type of pressure or manipulation on you financially should not happen. Listen, if you don't have the money to buy turkey and dressing, okay, you don't have the money. Don't, I mean, if all you got is a little bit and you got to decide between turkey and dressing and crypto, I would choose crypto every time. Me, that's just me. Right. But, as a matter of fact, I only spent like $125 on what I was going to get, you know, and that might have been too much, but it is what it is. I celebrate with family without being offensive, but I don't put pressure on myself, right? I don't financially, if I want to put it in the crypto versus doing holiday traditional things, that's what I do. Apologetically, I don't apologize. Unapologetically. I do not allow big businesses to manipulate me around the holidays to take my money. All right, so I think there is the lowest we will all blue chip. We will all blue chip crypto. Okay, I think you're saying I think that's the lowest we will see for all blue chip crypto. After the halving and ETF approval, we will not see crypto winner. I definitely agree. What a great comment. And on that note, I'm going to end the live stream. We won't see crypto winter. Even I knew that um, something was going to happen in the fourth quarter to manipulate the markets. I knew that there was going to be like a black swan event or something. Because again, everyday people that don't understand this wealth transfer, it scares them. They say things like Bitcoin is a scam, and Bitcoin came after the recession in 2009. Look how many years Bitcoin been around, 14 years. And they're still saying Bitcoin is a scam, right? And but the United States dollars has been around since um, what I would say Federal Reserve taxes came in 1911, etc. And yet they don't see the scam in the dollar. They think it's real money. They don't see that since 1971, the dollar has lost 98% of its purchasing power. They don't understand that the dollar is it is an asset, but it's the lowest yielding asset that there is. Right? It is an asset, but even with this, I really expected a bigger dip, and to just see these small dips and gains today, I was I mean, it's a lot of red, but it wasn't any, big crashes, in my opinion. I mean, it's not like Bitcoin went to 16,000 again. If it did, I would have been buying up everything I could. But again, FTX in the midst, one that's a proven scam, is up 11% on this news. So it just lets you know the manipulation, right? The most I see on this chart, Binance dipped 13%, 15%. Gala 13%. I don't see anything astronomical. But when we look at the returns on the year, it's, like most people say, it's just a no-brainer of converting your cash to prepare for the greatest wealth transfer that this generation ever experienced. In fact, EOS for the year has been a negative 22, but I think EOS and Chili's are great. Did I say Chili's? But Chili's, this is going to be the sports arena. Oh, you all look at my numbers. XNX 111 up 111%. Okay. Syntax. Syntax. See, a lot of people say I see 111 on and it's 333. So you know what I'm going to do? Bye as soon as I get out this live stream. So a lot of people say things like I seen 1111 on the car tag, and I did see 1111 twice today on the car tag, twice. One said Virgo 11, and the other car tag said 1111 twice. Oh my God. Okay, y'all, look what I just found. This is live. Give me a second, see. Give me a second to answer your question. Because I decided to do the gematria on syn synthetics. I'm sorry, I think I said synthetics. So is it too late? Or is it best to accumulate Bitcoin? It depends on how much money you had to put into Bitcoin. I broke that down a lot of times. Let's do this. Let's say you have 5,000. No, let's say 10,000. You want to put 10K in Bitcoin, right? And Bitcoin goes to 100K. Bitcoin right now, and because I have to check it, because it changes, and then I'm gonna give you all the revelation on Synthenex. I like anything with the X in it. But okay, Bitcoin is at $36,148. So let's do the math, right? Let's do the math. You got 10K to put in it. You may have more, but I don't know. That's why I just can't like answer questions just like, should I do that? It depends. So 10K. I really should be charging for this. This is like customized services if you have 10K. But this is just scenario. Bitcoin goes to, let's say, over 100K. So that'll mean a 3x return, right? Now, 3 times 6 is 18, 9. So that'll be exactly 100 and what, 8,000. This is just out of my, from the dome. So you do that times, I think I calculated that wrong. A 3x return, it won't be 300, it'll be 3,000. So why would you, the question is then why would you be into Bitcoin? Are you looking for more than a $3,000 return on 10,000? Because you can go to other cryptos and get a much higher return that has great utility and use cases. Or are you telling me, no, Queen, I need to do some things globally, and I understand that Bitcoin is a store of value, and I'm looking for the long term and the long play, and I want to pass on generational wealth, and I have enough money to store to be a store of value, and if I only get a 3% return next year, I'm cool with that because I'm looking to hold Bitcoin for the long, long term. Like you, I will hold silver and gold for generational wealth. Now, then, if that's your goal or motive, then yeah, be okay with the 3K, the 3X. You're holding for the long term. It's for generational wealth, and you understand that. They're just like buying 1 ounce of gold for $2,000. Don't think you're going to within a year or two double that 2,000 to $4,000. You don't get turns like that. But with silver, because the shortage of silver will drive prices to a new all-time high, right? And in 2011, silver was at $50 an ounce. And then you have silver that's both monetary and industrial use. So it's going to be used for Tesla, catalytic converters, cell phone batteries, et cetera, as well as money. Silver just shines pretty, doesn't it? And then in 2011, here go my numbers, 11 again, JP Morgan hoarded over 350 million ounces, yes, 350 million ounces of silver. And that's 38% of the world's population, but yet you can get silver for $40 and possibly get a higher return on your investment versus gold for $2,000. So it all depends on what's your strategy, what's your game plan, what's your goals. If you got in Casper early this year, you got 1,514% return on the year just in being in Casper. Versus Bitcoin that gave where's Bitcoin on here? I think it was right at 100% return for Bitcoin. Yeah, 126%. So, are you looking for growth in your cash? Are you looking for a long-term store of value? Now, Synthenex. This is what I just found out about Synthenex with the 111 signal and the 333. This is what I do when I see numbers. I don't know what you do when you see numbers. I don't know if you just want to see numbers to see numbers. But when I see numbers, for me, it's an investing call that I need to do. So I went to Gematria, put in Synthenex, and there's the 144 again. I was teaching on Dogecoin and Revelation 14 and 1 today, that only the 144,000 was able to sing the song. You know what that means? That only a small number or amount of people are going to be able to see this vision and understand it and take opportunity on it. Now the X equals 24. That's why I love anything, mostly, not everything, but anything that ends in X, like XRP, XLM, XDC. I have another crypto, XPRL, right? But I also look at the use cases. And then we see the 9, 9, and 9. So this definitely got to go in my portfolio. This also matches with Dogecoin. Almost the same number patterns, 999144. Elon Musk changed Twitter to X, and Dogecoin will be physically launched on the moon, December the 23rd. Now, because I teach crypto differently than most people, and I go into more debt and I connect it to biblical ties, like what I just showed you all, I'm not gonna do that often because you don't pay. And I know my knowledge is worth to be, um, compensated for. Even Jesus said, "Who am when the woman was hungry and was begging him for food, he said, who am I to get the children's bread to the dog?" And she humbled herself and said, well, even the dogs, so even, dogs deserve the crumbs that fall off the master's table. So even Jesus required people to value what he gave them. Jesus didn't give anything for free. He had to give his life for salvation. He had to lay down his life. He was on the cross. He said, I could have called legions of angels to come rescue me. You might not know what I just showed you and the power of that, but I know what I just showed you. Connecting that to Dogecoin, connecting it to 144, and the number 9. 9 means the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. I've been teaching on numbers all year. My voice is gone. But I'm gonna say this because it's at 31 minutes. A woman carries a child for 9 months. The 9 months is mature. If a woman delivers before the 9th month, is considered premature. Number 9 is ending of one cycle and beginning of another, right? Um, that's why everything is repetitive in the number system. When you get to number 9, it starts all over again. It's why Nikola Tesla said the keys of the universe is understanding the numbers 3, 6, and 9, right? That's why our angles circle 360 degrees. Triangle has 345-degree angles, right? 345-degree angles. And then I forgot how those angles, but when you add the 45 and the 45 to, I don't know, what is called obtuse angle and all that. I haven't learned. I forgot all about that. But the 45 and 45 makes a 90-degree angle on a triangle. You have this the square that has the 90-degree angles in it as well, right? And the length, width, and height. And so when you get the length, width, and height of, let's say, in the parameter of any angles, I had all this back here, or even a circle, what they called it, I forgot. But 90 degrees equal 360 degrees, which equals 9. Right? So if you understand 369, you understand the secrets of the universe. So when I tie the biblical numbers in and the scripture with you to a crypto, that's and it might go over a lot of people's head, and that's okay. But for the people that it's meant for them to get, they got it. Right? And if you got it, then I highly recommend that you get it. And when I mean get what, I'm talking about that crypto. In fact, let's look at Bitcoin real quick. I think you all understand that we are ethers of the universe, and they name Ethereum. So when you look at Bitcoin, it's still the king of crypto. The digital gold that you see the gematria on Bitcoin is um, 33, the number of transfiguration. Then you have the 69, which represents as above, so below, right? Whether you believe in astrology or astronomy or not, the Bible says that the sun, the moon, and the stars are for signs and wonders. In fact, on record, his famous quote is that billionaires, um, this kind of cool. I like this. Of course, I would like it because it's Libra is the highest percent. I'm gonna show you all this. I wasn't looking for this, but it came up. Um, World's majority of billionaires have this zodiac sign, and I'm not talking about zodiac sign where you read your horoscope every morning in the newspaper or on a phone. Now they might be old, but this is just FYI, interesting information. Zodiac signs likely to be a billionaire. I'm gonna show you all that after this, but we have 9 plus 93 is 12, right? So you have the 69 in Bitcoin, the double 33, the age of Christ's death recorded in the Bible, and then you always have the reversal, as above, so below. The 3 and the 9. Bitcoin has. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, y'all. I misspelled it. So that's wrong. Give me 1 second, y'all.